Danny Ray Leedy was born July 15, 1936 in Lexington, Ohio. His parents were John Bryan and Ida Schroeder Leedy. Dan's Leedy heritage is through pioneers Abraham Leedy and Elizabeth Zook, who moved their family from Morrison Cove, Pennsylvania in September 1829, and they settled near Ankeny-town, Ohio. Dan's great-grandparents were Aaron A. and Elizabeth Garber Leedy. Dan was a sickly infant and nearly died during his first winter. According to family lore, his grandma Leedy nursed him through a series of respiratory infections with regular small doses of whiskey. During his high school years and a little beyond, he worked in his father's radio and TV repair business, LD-TV. Along with his brother Jim, he installed TV towers, some as tall as 120 feet, all over Richland County. On February 23, 1957, Dan married Carolyn Elizabeth Benning. Their family included 3 children. Stephanie was Carolyn's daughter from a previous marriage, and she presently resides in Mansfield, Ohio. Valerie Kay was born in 1958 and Randy Allen in 1960. Valerie is married to Kevin Elston and resides near Raleigh, North Carolina, while Randy married Katie Jean Reimer and lives in Greenville, South Carolina. Dan worked for Ideal Electric through most of the 1960s, but then was able to land a job as a quality inspector with Tappan Company in Mansfield, Ohio. He remained with Tappan throughout his working life, serving as a quality assurance manager at the Dalton, Georgia plant, and then as a product engineer in Springfield, Tennessee, where Carolyn and he retired. He was also always known as a good mechanic and fix-it man. Carolyn survives, currently in good health and continuing to reside in Springfield, Tennessee, where Dan is buried in Elmwood Cemetery. In his early adulthood, Dan's life was spiraling downward into addiction to tobacco and alcohol, until in 1963 when Homer Vian, a friend and co-worker at Ideal Electric, became instrumental in Dan's conversion to Christ. Homer impressed Dan because he practiced what he preached. At that point, Dan's life changed radically. The alcohol and tobacco were permanently gone, and Dan and Carolyn became faithful members of their local Baptist church. Dan's special area ministry was signing for the deaf during church services. His favorite song, which he requested for his funeral, was "No One Ever Cared for Me Like Jesus." Dan enjoyed several hobbies over the years: cycling, tennis, off-road exploration, and amateur radio in adulthood, flying in middle age, antiquing, and RV travel in retirement. He also loved singing with his siblings. Over the years, Dan developed a strong interest in Leedy family history, and he served as president of the Leedy Reunion for several years. The family he leaves behind is eternally grateful for the memory of a good man who deeply loved the Lord and us.